Man, it's been a while. I don't remember how to do this anymore. Let's give it a shot though. Hey folks, today let's chat about, well, one is a YouTube video that I love, and then second is just an observation I noticed recently that I thought was really interesting. Whether or not it actually will be, that's a whole nother story. As you can tell, the scenery's changed a bit. It's nice and blurry so that you can't really make out what's going on. I'm looking to upgrade the camera I'm using, currently using the C920, and it's just not pulling it off. Oh, and I guess we should also talk about what I've enjoyed in the last week, because I was trying to make February a nice, positive month. So, what order to do things in? I guess first we'll talk about that YouTube video. Okay, turned off autofocus so that when I move like this, the camera should no longer be getting all blurry and making everyone sick. Alright, so, like I was saying, first thing is that YouTube video. It's from SmarterEveryDay, and it's about when he took some footage of the recent super blue blood moon something or other. And he's a pretty smart guy. If memory serves, he's a rocket scientist, like actual rocket scientist. And I love that he found something he didn't know. Like, he came across a problem that blew his mind, and because he couldn't figure out the answer, he didn't just buckle down and say, like, oh well, it's not a big deal. He's asking his community for help on what it is, how to explain it, and not only that, he's admitting he doesn't know, which is something that a lot of people, less so smart people I feel like, but a lot of people are very unwilling to do. And it reminds you that even the smartest people around still don't know everything. They're still being surprised by things constantly. Every day something new comes up that just blows their mind away. And I think that's really cool. I really like the video. It's one of my favorites from the last few days, actually. And I will be, what would it work out? Be like, up here? Yeah, there we go. I got it. Got my hand on the first try. So up here, I'll put a link to the video. It'll also be in the description. Well worth your time. He seems like a lovely guy. I think his name is Destin. I'm going to go with Destin. Yeah, that sounds right. I hope so. But oh well. He won't know that I said it wrong anyways if I did. Yeah, and it was one of the reasons I wanted to make this video today. I meant to do my weekly follow-up yesterday, but I'm still sort of figuring out how to work my life together, make all my interests symbiotic rather than parasitic. What was next? I already said I was going to get the webcam adjusted. Oh, right, the things that I've enjoyed this week. Been playing a lot more Monster Hunter World. It's still really good. I do find there's something a little bit stressful about how, and this sort of comes back to like the Star Wars fandom, the people are so gung-ho about it that sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating to get online because so many people want you to play with them. And I realize that's a good problem to have. Having people actually want to hang out with you is not something you should really complain about. But sometimes I just like to hunt things on my own or play games on my own, sort of, quietly enjoying my time. And yeah, that's it's not a bad game. I like just about everything about it. There was a particular mission against a creature called a Rathian that upset me a great deal, but I was also really dizzy. I've been feeling sick this last week. And it's really, along with my back pain and just general discomfort of a very, very wonky body. But yeah, it's all just been kind of wearing me down. Makes it really difficult to get anything done. Finally got Unity back and going on this computer after losing everything. I'm going to try and maybe do stream a video right after this, after I edit this one and get it uploading. Yeah. Doing okay. I have found that I'm asking myself, and this isn't going to be as dramatic as maybe the question sounds, but what is happiness? Like, what does it mean to be happy? Because I smile more when I'm frustrated than when I'm happy, I find. It's really weird. Like, when things really beat me down to the absolute mushiest of mush, I do seem to smile a lot in response, and I think that's weird. I like it. It's better than crying, but it's a little weird. And, yeah, so I start to wonder, with my February. It's so weird there's an R in there. With my Feb goal, that I didn't really quantify what I was trying to accomplish. And I feel like what my goal kind of is that if I finish the month and I feel like I've accomplished enough that it wasn't a waste or it doesn't feel like a waste, then I've done something right. Like that to me should be enough. What else? What was I talking about in the beginning of this video? My brain is just all over the place. It's hot, and I don't feel well. It's not great. But you know. I actually, another thought on my mind, maybe I'll link to it as well. There's going to be another video up here. If YouTube lets you do more than one in a single video, I'll put it up there. Or at least down in the description. It's a video from a fellow whose name I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's Nathaniel, but I'll have to double check. And I'm not going to edit in this video, but you'll see when you go to watch it. You'll see what his name is. And he talks about how he's 20 turning on 21, and he kind of feels like he's already missing the boat because he's seeing people like Logan Paul and all sorts of other teens who get into various social networks and become very popular, millionaires, you know, that sort of thing. And he feels like he's already over the hill, and he was a little bit concerned in that video for people who were like my age and how maybe we would already be giving up or whatever. And one of the things he talked about is that most people think about their life in a little chunk like this, and he's trying to see his life like this. And I actually wanted to give a counterpoint to that, because for the longest time, I have looked at everything in the long game. Every time something happens to me, I don't think about it in the moment as in, oh, this is sort of an inconvenience. I imagine that sequence of events being true for the rest of my life. And frequently, that is not a good thing. Frequently, something will happen, like, say, my back injury. And I feel like if you had a short-term vision of life, it wouldn't wear you down as much as it does me, because you would see it as this momentary bump in the course of your life. But for me, almost immediately after it happened, when it passed about that 1 week mark, I thought, is this ever going away? But yeah, I think that, and this is sort of the thing about advice, is that I would hazard that maybe no one chunk of advice should be accepted above all others, perhaps. Obviously, I don't know for sure, but I feel like maybe the best course of action for people who are trying to live their lives, that maybe you need to sort of, think of it like a crock pot. You take all of the ideas of all these people that you respect, and me, maybe. I realize I'm probably not in the respect group, but I'm at least somebody who exists who's trying to give advice. But you take all of it and you sort of mix it up. Maybe it's like a fondue even, you know? You mix it up and then you're dipping stuff in it. I'm getting distracted. But regardless, it's you want to take a little bit from everything. Because I do think you want to be sort of long-term minded in a lot of ways, but I think if that becomes your life, it can be incredibly debilitating, because every little thing that happens to you, you will see as not this momentary incident, but as a 8 or 9 decade long affront to your existence. And that's not a good way to look at things. I would say, speaking as somebody who's a professional at it, it is not a healthy way to live. It is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to, every time a little thing bumps you, to feel that pain all the time and to project it out years in advance. Perhaps maybe you should be long-term focused with things that you like, things that give you joy, because then you can think of, oh, not only am I having fun now, but I'll have fun 5 or 10 years from now. Maybe be more short-term focused on the things that hurt you. Possibly, I don't know. That's sort of my thought. Because I've been thinking about it ever since I saw his video, because I was like, oh, you know, I know where he's coming from, and I like it. But that person he's kind of suggesting people become, I've taken that to the extreme, and Lord knows, I would imagine a lot of the damage that's been done to my body is from that. I mean, even when I was in college, I was thinking of the future and how all these little mistakes I was making in college were going to just tear me apart, and that I wasn't going to be able to find a job, or I wasn't going to be doing anything that I enjoy. And for the most part, that hasn't been true. I know something that maybe a future video will talk about is this belief structure I have called optimistic realism. It's nothing groundbreaking, but, you know, If YouTube's willing to host these videos and eat all the bandwidth and stuff, I don't mind uploading them, you know? Yeah. I think that's what we'll end it on. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a nice day. Hope your feb, because I refuse to say the full word anymore. Hope your feb's going good.